I'm Zach O'Malley Greenberg with Forbes, and I'm about to fly roughly 3,500 miles from JFK International Airport to Northern Africa.
This is a pre-boarding announcement for passengers traveling on Royal Air Morocco at 201. Business class passengers.
I'm going to land in Casablanca, I'm going to drive about 150 miles to Marrakech, and then I'm going to go into the foothills of the Atlas Mountains, where I'll become the first civilian to hear part of the Wu-Tang Clan's new secret album. The album's upcoming release has sparked hip-hop's latest controversy. There's no record label, no singles, no downloads. Just one album, one copy, and there will likely be just one owner. But why here? Why Morocco? The city of Marrakech is a mix of ancient and modern, defined by its low-rise red sandstone structures that hide more than meets the eye riads within, and its epic Medina marketplace where you find an endless labyrinth of souks. Imagine a centuries-old Times Square without the flashing lights, where every purchase can and should be negotiated. The connection between Marrakech and the Wu-Tang Clan is this man, Tariq Asghar, aka Silver Rings. A member of the Wu-Tang family since 1999, he's the producer of Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, the secret album that's been 6 years in the making.
When a new idea like this meets the public arena, it kind of takes a life on its own.
Tell me about how that whole idea came about and how you convinced the whole clan to basically get on board with it and record it.
I didn't really tell anyone until I really had the idea of what it was going to be. And even then it was so difficult to really define okay, this is the idea, this is where it comes from, and this is what it's going to do. To every clan member whom I called once the idea was kind of set, it took an hour or more to really break it down. That's not because they didn't get it, they got it, but they couldn't see the greatness of it, or the importance of it, rather. Until they had the whole picture. You're gonna get that in a 9-people crew, it's a big crew, a lot of opinions, visions on things, but no one was against it, and some brothers were really, really for it and say, yes, let's do it.
Silver Rings cleared one hurdle, explaining the idea to the Wu and getting the clan's buy-in. Next, he took it to his friend, longtime media executive Ron Chacon, to see how the outside world might take to the concept.
As he began to explain, the only way that I could understand it was in terms of the Renaissance, when there were patrons who would have music and art created for them. Make me something beautiful, make me something that will make me laugh, make me something poetic, make me something that will make me fall in love. But as we progressed with this concept, it seemed to me the reverse, that the group was creating something and basically saying, this is what we are, this is what we've created, who wants us, and what are you going to do with us?
What Wu-Tang has created goes beyond the music. A concept this unique demands equally distinctive packaging. No cheap jewel cases or flimsy record sleeves here. Enter British Moroccan artist Yahia, whom Silver Rings enlisted to create a one-of-a-kind box for the album.
A lot of the things that I do are for palaces, huge architectural things or tiny intricate things, everything made by hand. Nothing's mass made, so I couldn't really work out how we could actually do something together. They said, no, we just need one. That's the key to the whole thing. But for us to explain, we're gonna have to sign you up to a confidentiality clause. So I said, sure, why not? Sounds a bit of fun. I said, am I gonna have freedom to create what I want, do whatever it is? They said, completely. I said, okay, sure, let's see what this is all about. They say that sometimes the best way of hiding something is in plain sight. This is where we've hidden the box. What I decided to do was to ask the Royal Manse to hide in one of the riads the box. No one's allowed in there, just us. Merci. Welcome to the Royal Manse.
Thank you very much.
This is the riad where we have hidden the box. Secluded, tucked away. And it's, we should have somebody to let us in. Okay, let's go in. Come.
Mr. Yahia, I escort you to the box, please.
Thank you.
Here we are in the box.
Come. Welcome to the 36th chamber of the Royal Manse. Now here we have the box.
All right.
It's a box within a box within a box.
The moment of truth.
Now this has been carved in nickel silver. We decided to encase the world famous logo of the Wu-Tang Clan within this beautiful pattern, treat it as an art piece, which it is. With inside you have another box, and inside this is encased the CD with its special sawn casing. But for security reasons, we've taken it out. So today, what you see is just the actual artwork which houses the CD.
Sure. And how long did it take to create this piece?
Well, we had about 10 guys working over 3 months from start to finish to make it. From the people who initially carved the metal, flattened it, textured the surface, constructed the wood, put it all together, mount it, finish it, line it with leather. You have about 10 different skill sets needed in order to make this one box.
This nickel and silver hand-carved box, another work of art unto itself, will soon be moved to a new secret location. In the meantime, I drive with Silver Rings to find a studio in a residential corner of Marrakech, where he plans to give Forbes an exclusive listen to a small part of the new album. Tell me a little bit about how you were able to get the entire crew to record, where they recorded, how you were able to keep it from leaking, how you are going to continue to be able to keep it from leaking.
The production of the album was done here in Marrakech beforehand, and it was in a very unconventional way because I produced the music, I selected the beats first, send them to RZA for review. Song titles were already made up, and then based on that, a selection was made as to who has to be on which record. And with that, we went to Staten Island, New York, and basically got the guys together. The recordings, they weren't allowed to have. They had beats sometimes that actually had beats that had a similar sound, but wasn't the actual beat. I mean, they had the same BPM, the same speed and everything, but they would rhyme with something that would sound much later, because I just couldn't afford for it to leak. And they were never given the final copies, including RZA.
Okay. On that note, can we hear a little bit?
Right. I'll play you a small part of a song. I'm not going to say what song it is.
All right.
But it'll kind of show you the intensity that we managed to get out of. And Ghost always sounds good, but here's a piece with Ghostface.
Coming back from a sticker. If you don't make it, can you keep your half of the bread? I'm not paying you bread, you halfway dead. If it was me, you'd probably say the same shit. Dragging drugs, probably wouldn't get a rag to cover my shit. I'm just being honest, Lord. It's 400,000 for the four of us. What's up with yours? Damn, Tom, leave him alone. Shut the fuck up. Be quiet before I go in your bag, then I'ma come up. You know how I do, I get busy. If deck shit, I throw him the extra 50. Wu-Tang, baby, they rock the world.
That voice sound familiar?
Yeah, it sounds a little bit like Cher. I mean, that's like vintage kind of Wu-Tang sound.
Yeah, raw, rugged. Even the way we mixed it, even the way we mastered it. We used Ken Lewis for the mixing. We've done Watch the Throne and Twisted Fantasy. Kanye, he's done some big acts that had a bit of the rough sound, the dirty, gritty sound. The whole approach of it had to be 93 to 97.
Do you worry as a producer? I mean, if this is potentially your kind of magnum opus, that only one person's going to be able to hear it? I mean, in terms of your own career?
Yeah, I thought about that a couple of times. Because I'm very proud of the album.
Yeah.
I feel that the sacrifice is greater. I truly believe, despite everybody thinking that this is some great publicity stunt or marketing ploy, this has been a genuine concept from the get-go. So I happen to get a lot of publicity, great. But it is a genuine concept with a genuine core and a genuine goal. And if I have to sacrifice the record for a greater good and to get the point across, to make the statement, I'm being crucified by Wu-Tang fans every day. On the Wu-Tang Corp forum, they go for me, man, and I understand it. It's understandable, but I really believe in this approach. I think it's really necessary, and I think people are responding to it in a very interesting way.
The music is strong. The packaging is exquisite. Nearly all the elements are aligned for the concept to present itself to the world. As it happens, on our way to Marrakech, we make a pit stop to speak to a man who knows a thing or two about the business of music. Richard Branson, the billionaire who amassed his fortune partly from founding Virgin Music, shared his thoughts on the concept. Was this a potential buyer, laying in wait amid the snow-capped peaks of the Atlas Mountains?
I love the idea. I mean, I think anything that people can collect as collector's items, it makes life more fun. And I expect it'll end up being the most copied single copy of an album ever. I take my hat off to them for a really fun idea.
Therein lies the big question. Will this fun idea actually work? Will a private buyer really be willing to shell out millions for the album? If so, who? And what will they do with it?
Somebody may put it in a time capsule and bury it so that in 100 years or 200 years, they will say, in the mid-90s, these people created raw and hungry rap music, and rap music represented this.
And as I said to Silver Rings, I said that's either genius or madness. And I suppose we'll work out which if it works.
And here ends our journey, deep inside North Africa. A moment in time where art and artists, content and commerce, music and a statement of creative reclamation collide. How that mashup concludes is anybody's guess. One thing is for certain. The Wu-Tang Clan has staked a claim on immortality. Right here, once upon a time, in Marrakech.
Yo, I saw niggas cough up blood when they hiccup. Holding their stomach coming back from a